Hello, my friends. Welcome to Scrap September for Scrappy Sisters. I'm going to work on the segment called Selfie, and I'm pretty darn excited about this. Now, this photo right here that I'm going to do is a selfie. This is my oldest daughter, Shay, and she was in Maryland down in Ocean City. And that's not where I am. And yes, she is 21. She's drinking a Truly, people. Okay, so, which these do not taste good. There you go. Anywho, all I know so far is that I want to use bright punchy colors. And I'm going to use citrus colors for this. And these are the three pieces I have so far. I have a photo, I have this, I'm working on the selfie, and aside from that, I do not have much of a plan yet. So I'm going to start working on this and see where it takes me. I was starting to slightly run out of summer pictures, and I was so excited. She went down there and just sent me easily 20 different situations worth of pictures, so I get to get my summery stuff back on. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and probably fast forward the next bit since I don't have enough of a plan with where I want to go with this. So I'm going to start working on my plan. I'm going to get this scrapbooked and yeah, take you along with me. Here we go. Alrighty, so as usual, while I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, I'll start going ahead and getting rid of branding strips, trimming my photo, all that kind of thing. And I decided, I think I saw a challenge somewhere about paper weaving. So I started by just using these three bright, colorful pieces of paper and cutting some strips so that I can weave them together and then come up with a background that I liked with it. Now, I really have a thing about using bright blue and orange together, that really strong contrast. And this particular daughter right here, Shay, I love her in both periwinkle and the light blue tones. So it's one of those association things that she had orange in her little filter, and I love her in blue, so we just went ahead and with it. Now, it appears that I no longer remember how to properly paper weave for a second, so I'm just going to fast forward for that bit, because I faff around with this for far too long. Ta-da, through the wonders of film, that is woven together. So it's just really simple, 3 strips going each way with really light paper weaving on the bottom. And I believe I'm going to go ahead and do some fishtail work to these little strips just to give it a little something extra. All right, so now it's pretty easy to figure out where the placement's going to kind of line up for this photo, because I'm using almost a full 4x6. It's not really a 4x6. It's printed on the Selfie, so I'm not even sure what size it is, since the Selfie doesn't print in a true 4x6. Anyway, I'm getting redundant and repetitive. So I went ahead and looked in this little paper collection. It's just some summer collection from Tuesday Morning from years ago that I've been going through. And I found this brighter aqua turquoise to go ahead and back my photo with. Something with just, the same saturation of color as the strips so that the photo does not get lost. And my daughter was kind enough to have a mostly white background as well, so you can really see the photo's still popping pretty nicely. You can see the subject. So y'all know what I'm using right there. I'm using Fun Foam, and this set of Fun Foam is the kind that's adhesive on one side. I do prefer that kind, but it just depends on what's at whatever store when I'm running low. So at this particular time, I have adhesive backed foam, which is working just fine. It's popping the photo up, and it creates just a little bit of a shadow behind the photo, so it adds lots of dimension. So I have this really great Chasing Adventures collection from Jen Hadfield. I picked it up at Joann's, and I'm going to be looking at some of the goodies from there, and I'm also using these really fun Dear Lizzie. They're puffy metallic gold alphas, and I actually picked up 4 sets of those from Tuesday Morning. I have never picked up more than two sets of any letter stickers ever, but they are absolutely perfect. It's kind of a whimsical font, and they're puffy and metallic, like all at once. So you see that I'm using the title Truly Beautiful. So I'm using the Dear Lizzie stickers, as well as that big beautiful title sticker from the Chasing Adventures. And unfortunately, I don't feel like these the metallic stickers are really going to stay. So I'm going to get a little bit of wet adhesive in there, but I'd rather spend a moment doing that as opposed to, finding them in the bottom of a page protector later on. But the word truly nestles ever so nicely with the word beautiful. And it just causes me to offset my photo in a slightly different place than I originally planned, but that's all right. We have to adjust in this hobby according to what goodies we've given to ourselves to use, right? So now I'm going into the die cuts for this collection, and I will audition a bunch of them, and I do really like these little cell phone ones with the words and stuff on it, because it occurred to me that she was out of the state and she was just texting me all these great photos. So it made sense to me in that she was out of town, but she was still sending me all kinds of great pictures and all that kind of stuff. So I am going to audition a bunch of them and then figure out what gets to stay. So this is pretty close to where the clusters are going to end up going. I kind of felt like I needed something on the upper right because I had such a heavy lower left kind of clustering. So I went ahead and grabbed that little wood grain arrow and a flower cluster. So it's time to really start attaching them down. Now you see behind my those little phones, I also put those floral pieces. So I kind of have that triangular effect of the floral pieces in three places. And really the flowers had nothing to do with this layout whatsoever, but I think I can put floral on absolutely anything. So I'm just going ahead and using the paper strips to line up this photo. The cool thing about having the strips already in place, using the lines on the paper that are behind those strips I had, is that it's pretty darn easy to line up the rest of the embellishments and goodies on the page. Now, why is it that my ATG gun always needs to be refilled when I'm filming? It is absolutely uncanny how that goes. Okay, so I'm going ahead and getting these little floral bits in to use as my base for my little embellishment clusters. And I think they do add that cute little touch. This daughter of mine tends to be a little bit more girly than the other one. So there's those funny things that you associate with different layouts with different people, if you know what I mean. Anywho, so you can't see what I am doing down there, but I am faffing around trying to cut different pieces of ephemera and seeing what might work. I really, really love the wood looking elements that are in this collection as well. I mean, it is definitely a summer kind of a themed collection, but just those warmer elements to be able to put in, I don't know, it gives me that nice contrast that I really like. And the area that they were in, it's like a giant 10-mile boardwalk, and the boardwalk absolutely makes me think of the whole wood thing. I mean, the boardwalks when I was a kid, at least, always seemed like they had a wood element to it. I'm sure it's a little bit fancier where she went, but that's my association. I'm going ahead and looking at the different elements. I had these fusion of, they're like foam backed, but they are cardstock sticker on the top element. So that's given me some nice dimension. And I also found a third little sticker cell phone that I put in the upper right embellishment cluster. So I kind of have that going in three places. That was cool. The other thing that's really cute is, like, do you see that like little scene in the bottle that's in the upper right embellishment? I think those are so cute. They're so cute. Anywho, really like those. So I'm just going ahead and looking at the smaller pieces, seeing how I can fill out my clusters a little bit more and make them more interesting to look at. I mean, this is the first time I've used a lot of the pieces in this collection, so it's almost like you get in a situation where you might have too much to pick from. And I mean, I really am a scrapbooker that likes more is more, but there is that like slight curve where you have to go ahead and familiarize yourself with your products and all that kind of stuff. Now, these puffy stickers, I did get 2 sets of them because I have an extreme puffy sticker. I don't hoard them because I use them constantly, but I have a big scrap crush on puffy everything. So oftentimes I will pick up doubles of the scrappy bits or of the puffy bits. As I mean, I usually pick up 2 of the alphas too because I run out of ours so quickly that it's weird. I think ours should be in as much as ease if at all possible. Anywho, total digression and rabbit trail there. So I'm seeing these are cute little clear stickers, and I'm seeing what I can put where. I struggle a little bit with clear stickers, but this time I just put in a little coffee cup there, which she may not have been drinking coffee, but it was a drink cup, so I put that in, and it's the right color, and it was cute, and just filled it out a little bit. So just a couple of extra pieces there. I like the scale also. You know, when you have bigger elements, and then you have your medium size, and then your little itty bitty bits. I think that it creates interest and I guess maybe it completes little clusters, like might draw the larger elements together to make them, I don't know, yeah, comes together. That's my whole point. So I had some of these little puffy Vicky Bouton pieces that I am trying to work through as well this month. That I wanted to add into a few places. I'm concentrating on the wood grain ones and the black and white ones, just bringing a little bit more black into this layout because that title word is quite bold and I kind of felt like it needed just a little something extra. Did not work out to put those little sequins in. Those are in a kit that I'm working through as well. Beautiful, but I'm telling you, my sequins multiply somehow. Now I'm using these are like these fabulous little half pearly bits. I'm going to put those in a few places on my layout. They are, you know, kind of like enamel dots, but they are pink half pearls, and they give just a little bit different of an element. They're really, really pretty, but you know, if you have them clustered up, they do give you that enamel dot kind of a vibe to it. And I ended up putting them like in the cell phones, like in the, like if it's an iPhone, like that little button that's on the bottom of the iPhone. So I put them in 3 places, or you know, on my cute little phones, 3 places of the same area. And now I'm using some Nuvo drops. I have these gorgeous ones in that pale blue, and I also have black that I am using. I'm trying to concentrate a lot more on trying to use some of my wet mixed media bits. You saw me tapping on my desk right there, and that was to make my enamel dots kind of go a little bit more rounded. Sometimes they can get kind of like that pokey top on them, and I like them when they look a little bit more rounded. So that's what I was doing there. Now you see my little tappy fingers. That's where I'm trying to decide if I need anything else on this layout. So there's all kinds of people that are involved in the Scrappy Sisters, Scraptember. It's kind of like a hop. So go ahead and take a look at what everybody's doing. It's so fun, and there's going to be so many great ideas for inspiration. And I was so honored to be a part of it. So thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys all soon. Bye-bye.